Well, he really wanted to stay faithful to, 79 and with that kind of retro futurism feel. So we really tried to get, dial our sounds into that pocket where everything was kind of retro, clunky, but also, it's a modern audience, now. So we tried to kind of put our own spin on things like the pulse rifle, for example.
Cailee, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Great. Yes. Where are you when the first film was released? 1979?
Probably in a crib somewhere. 79, I was just 1 year old. Yeah.
And how's it for you to be part of this franchise?
It's just a complete dream. I grew up, I started with Aliens. It's the first time I saw it as a sleepover. I wasn't allowed to watch it. And so it made it kind of dangerous and more fun. It just completely blew my mind. So I've been rolling with Aliens, 30 plus years. So it was a complete, career highlight to be able to have a hand on Romulus and to get to work with Fede and the amazing crew that we had.
Yeah, you did the sound design, the sound editing for this movie. Well, how was these conversations with Fede Alvarez to create the way that you guys did and to do a little homage to the 1979 film?
Well, he really wanted to stay faithful to, 79 and with that kind of retro futurism feel. So we really tried to get, dial our sounds into that pocket where everything was kind of retro, clunky, but also, it's a modern audience, now. So we tried to kind of put our own spin on things like the pulse rifle, for example, feels similar to, Aliens, but it's got a lot more punch to it. It's got a lot more attack and kick and a little bit more violent sounding. So it was just kind of trying to find retro, old school sounding things and then kind of punch them up and make them a little bit even weirder.
You have very modern sounds as well, but very creepy ones, the same as the old movie. And what was the most, also with technology, changed a little bit the way that you do the sound nowadays. How is it for you, to this process, from that sound from the 70s, from the 80s, and now the 2024?
Right.
How was for you, the transition, not that you did on the 79, but how did you see the transition of sound of those?
Well, what we really focused on to try to get that 79 vibe is, we did all these retro sounds like I was talking about, but we also kind of put several layers of tape emulation onto the whole track. So it sounds like it was recorded on tape, like it would have been back in the 70s. And everything's a little warbly. Things break up a little bit. When you scream, it kind of hits the ceiling and breaks up and is very evocative of that 79 vibes.
Yeah, this year has been a great year for you. You have a lot of movies that you're working on. You have Dune Part 2, and then you have also Saturday Night, which I spoke with Jason as well about it.
Jason's awesome.
And then I told him about the music because I'm Brazilian, and they have a lot of Brazilian drums and everything.
Yeah.
How was your experience to work in a movie like Aliens, and then suddenly you work in a movie like Saturday Night?
That was a big whiplash because I went from Romulus straight to Saturday Night, so the subject matter couldn't be further apart. But it was great. It took you a day or two to kind of get your brain switched over. Okay, there's not going to be any, chests exploding in Saturday Night. But it was a challenge, but Saturday Night was great to work on. It was just a completely different vibe than, this. But at the same time, it also has kind of a very retro feel, So we did the tape emulation thing in that as well and just try to find, sounds that really were evocative of 75.
Yeah. You see, 79, 75, all this.
I only do old movies now. Yeah.
I love that. And if you have an advice to give to young kids that want to pursue a career in this business, what advice you give to them?
Advice I'd give is just don't turn down anything. Don't think that you're better than anything. If you get any kind of small opening at all, take it, seize it. Work harder than anybody else in the room, and just make yourself invaluable to where your boss can't ever think of doing a job without you.
Yeah, and what was the most reward part to do this movie?
The most rewarding part was getting to hear the audience, because that's what you do it for. And all those late nights and everything that you do, to hear it on opening night with everyone reacting and gasping and screaming, makes every late night worth it. Makes every headache worth it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, but my last question is, how can I clean this out? You know what I mean?
I got no help for you on that one. Good luck to you.
Yes, he just did the sound. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You got it.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.